Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of Algebra 2 Honors. Welcome to room 15, where?
Learning never is!
So we got our SAT problem today, which has to do with this I thing. And the I is what is the I? It is it's called a what?
Square root of -1.
And it is also, what's another synonym for it? It's called a what? It starts with an I, which is what I is named for.
Irregular.
Well,
It looks pretty regular.
yeah, it does. It does. It is, and this is a definition. It was invented by Monsieur René Descartes. You see Caitlin right back there? See that poster, René Descartes? René Descartes. He's the one who invented. He's the one who called. He called imaginary numbers.
Mr. G, remember when I asked you about him that one day, but it wasn't on topic?
No.
Yeah, I was sitting back there and I was like, who's Renee?
And so I didn't tell you about him?
No, because it was off topic.
Okay, good. But it's very good that you did that, because he's very, and what it is, since he's the one who kind of invented them, I don't say he invented them, but he recognized them, so he named them. He named them imaginary numbers, and it's kind of, people since then have said that's an unfortunate thing, because when you think of imaginary, you think of numbers that don't exist. But these numbers actually do exist, but they exist kind of in another dimension is how they are. So they're not made up numbers. Another thing that people call the combination of imaginary numbers and real numbers is complex numbers. And I'll show you where it is. Now this is a non-calculated problem, but here in your mode, if you go to mode, down here to this line that says real, A plus BI, and so forth, this second setting is where you want to keep your calculator, because if you can actually just punch in I and get I as a result. So that's one thing. When you take an SAT, PSAT, go ahead and have your calculator set like that. Otherwise, because what happens is, I'll put, if I go to real numbers here, if I go to real numbers, I will say square root of, let me see if I can do it, square root of -1, I get that, okay? Now I go back and set my calculator on A plus BI. What do you think I'm going to get when I put square root of -1? I'm not sure, but let's see. Okay,
This is way too much.
what do we get? I, okay? So the calculator recognizes that. Now this is a non-calculated problem, yet they give you some information for that. So has anybody worked out this one yet?
I'm working on it.
They have?
Oh.
Your SAT problem today? Now this is advanced in a couple different ways, one of which is the imaginary number aspect of it, but there's another aspect as well in that, is there anybody who's taken college algebra yet through the online TVCC? No. What they have, there's a technique, and they teach this at the college level. They don't teach it so much in high school, even myself, is to simplify. If you have something in the denominator, it looks like this, you can simplify by multiplying it by something called the
Numerator.
no.
Oh, I'm confused.
What it is, you take this thing here, you kind of reverse the sign, and this thing right here, this 3 plus 2i, is what we call the conjugate of this 3 minus 2i. Has anybody ever heard of that before? No one's heard of that before? Eventually, you're going to, in your math career, those who keep on advancing, you're going to see that. And so we got to multiply the numerator and denominator both by the same thing. And so when you do that, your denominator, when you multiply together, you get you're going to get 3 minus 2i times 3 plus 2i. So you're going to get 9 minus 6i plus 6i. And then finally we have minus 4i squared. Okay? And then similarly, you take the numerator and you multiply it out, which is going to be 8 minus I times 3 plus 2I. So here you get 24 minus 3I plus 16I, and then you have minus 2I squared. And so you just put these up here. Your simplification is your numerator, you have 24, and then you have 16I minus 3I, so that's going to be minus or plus 13I. And then you're going to have minus 2, and what is the square root of negative 1 squared? What's square root of negative 1 squared?
I.
It's
What?
you take, what's the square root and the square root?
It
Cancels
exits
out.
out, so it's negative 1.
Negative 1. So you have negative 1 here, and in the denominator you have, here's our denominator, you have 9, and the i's cancel out, and you have minus 4 times negative 1. So what you have here is you have 24 plus 2, which is 26, plus 13i over 13. So what is your answer for this? 2 plus I. What is your correct answer here?
3. Oh, wait, it's 2.
A. So that's how you work it out. Now, if you see a problem, now we are deep into that section of the test, and so this is going to be a more advanced problem. Typically on the last few, you're going to see a quite advanced problem on this. Okay.
I know.
All right. Let's go ahead here. I was a little distracted. Brayden distracted me. Okay. Questions on that?
Yep.
Okay,
Makes
you
no
get
sense.
used to. Yeah. Yeah. It's
It also just doesn't make sense why you would even put that. Like, that has nothing to do with, like, I don't know. Like, there's no need.
yeah. What happened is that
It's just numbers.
yeah. Now typically that's something that there actually is a you can't say that anymore, because what happens is when physics and electrical engineering came along, they actually used that. So this is actually used in industry, in particular industries.
Still used?
Yes. Yes.
Imaginary numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. So it gives mathematicians flexibility, and a lot of things that have been learned in mathematics were kind of academic exercises. But as society has developed, the civilization has developed, industry has developed, they've actually found actual uses for these things that were purely academic before. And so that's one reason that mathematicians are becoming more and more valued in a workforce, because you have the capabilities, mathematicians, to understand this level of rigor that you're going to be able to do things that are going to help the world in new and even now uninvented ways. So that's one thing we have to look for. Okay, now we're into solving systems of equations, and where was that thing? This is the one I wanted. Yeah, this is the one I wanted. I handed out the paper, right? So what I want you to do, solve using elimination. So what I want you to do is go to, the thing I did very last Friday was I went and I explained how you would go ahead and put this and solve it. So I want you to start solving this, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to show you I'm going to actually show you right now how to put, you have a calculator at hand, everybody?
Yep.
So make sure everybody has a calculator at hand. Bresnet, I think there's some more calculators over there. And Kate,
Can I have my thumb back?
Okay, turn it.
Yeah, after class, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Here, it's not turned off.
Yeah, well, okay.
You hit the off button because it's still on. I think.
So this will be battery storage, off
Right.
button, is that the one on the right?
Battery storage. Yep, this that. Yep, that one. Keep looking at
Just have to press that.
it. I'll turn it off and I'll set it back up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's it, all right. Got it. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna solve this using a matrix right now.
Right.
And so, what happened is, kind of, if you remember from this class, we sort of got to the very last and had solved that using a matrix, but just kind of like I didn't quite get the right thing at the very end.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
And so what I did is I actually did fix it during 7th period.
I do remember you doing all the boxes.
Yeah, with the box and stuff like that. Well, we're doing a similar thing here. We're going to change this into an augmented matrix. And I'll show you how to do this with problem 3. So what you have is you have this 4 and 4x plus 1 and negative 2 for z. And then we're going to have this row down below, we have 2, negative 3, and 3. And lastly, what we have is we have 1, and then negative 2 for y. And how many z's do we have here? 0. So 0 goes here. And so what we do next is we put the right side here, this negative 6, and then we have 9 and 0. And so that's what we call our matrix, and we can consolidate that into a single augmented matrix by going like this: 4, 1, negative 2, negative 6. And then our second row in the augmented matrix is going to be 2, negative 3, 3, and 9. And finally we have 1, negative 2, 0, 0. So this is what's called an augmented matrix. And so we could go take this matrix like I did last Friday and eventually take 10 or 15 minutes and solve this out.
Yeah.
And we're going to go ahead and do that a lot more quickly today.
Your video shows something way different.
Yeah, yeah, it's different.
I don't get it though.
So, so what we're doing, what do you mean you don't get it? Get what?
Well, I was watching the video trying to figure it out and it doesn't make sense.
So anyway, we have this right here, and I'm going to show you how to put that in your And by the way, sometimes over time, people have asked what do these 1, 2, and 3 mean here. Those are just numbers of equations. So equation number 1, equation 2, equation 3. So we don't have to go ahead. So we don't have to worry about.
No, President, it's your job. Not doing your job.
Sacrificing school safety.
Okay, so I'll show you what to do in the calculator here. Actually, I should have had him stand because he needs to do that. Everybody needs to have their calculator out. And so to do this, what you do is you go ahead and clear out here. And by the way, let me tell you, this is what's called a 4 by 3 matrix. So 4 rows, 3 columns. That's important to know. So what you do is you go to the matrix menu, and to get that you press second matrix. And then you go to edit.
Where's Matrix?
X and my negative 1.
So right here you go and put in a 4 by 3 matrix. So 4 by 3. No, a 3 by 4. Actually, I want 3 by 4. 3 rows by 4 columns. Let me see if I got it right here. So that you should get a line out, something like that. So I put 4 by 3, actually should be 3 by 4.
Wait, I didn't get that. How do I get to there after I hit second matrix? What do I do?
Okay, second matrix, you press second matrix, and then you go over here like this to edit. And then you put in 3 by 4. Now the thing, because of the resolution on your calculators, you may not see all four columns on your calculator face.
Yeah, I see.
Brady,
three.
you have these? You have this in calculator? No, you don't. Here.
Second matrix over.
You have a calculator?
Oh, yeah, I don't have one then.
Yeah, let's get everybody with calculator. Take this one. There's still
Oh,
more.
dang.
Yeah. Okay, very good. So now we're going to go ahead and enter these values in here. And so you just go ahead and press enter, and it moves you to the next line. So you just go ahead and put these in
Calculator
here.
isn't turning on.
It's not?
No. Neither is hers. Oh, never mind hers. Someone like stabbed it a bunch of times.
Well, I know that. That's not an issue. Okay, yeah, it's still not working. You're right. Okay. So anyway, what you do is you go enter these values. So it's like you enter 4, 1, -3, -6, right?
Negative
Four.
2. Negative 6.
4, 1, -2, -6.
Yeah.
4, 1, -2, -6, and then you go to the next row.
Negative
2,
3.
2, -3,
Yes. Positive 3.
3,
Positive 9.
9. Okay, next row.
2.
2,
Negative 3.
-3.
Oh, wait. My fault. No, back. It's 1 and 2. It's 1 and negative 2.
So 1 and -2. So 1, comma, -2, comma, 0, comma, 0, right?
Yeah.
You can use an arrow. I think arrows will move you around. Arrows can move you around, right? So you can do that. And then once you have everything out, this, does everybody have this entered in there now?
Yeah, but you have a different answer than me.
What do you mean?
Oh, never mind. I have something different. Never mind. Ignore me. You're good.
Okay. So next thing we're gonna do is get out of this. Now you gotta follow the instructions because it's very easy to get error messages of this thing if you don't follow it in the exact order. So I want you to press second quit, and that's gonna clear the screen out.
What?
Second quit.
But then you just deleted it all.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
You didn't. And let me show you because Braden's concerned about that. We want to show Braden.
I am very concerned about that.
He's very, very concerned. Let me show you this. You go here, it's still there. Okay?
Okay.
So you've stored it, it's still there. So you go to second quit, and we're going to go down to second matrix. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down to math,
Second matrix again?
second matrix math. And what we're doing is we're going to go down here to this,
Rat.
to B, which is RREF. RREF stands for what? You remember what I told you it stands for?
Rat.
Stands for reduced row echelon form.
Reduced row echelon form?
That's what RREF stands for.
I like that
Reduced
word.
row echelon form.
Echelon. Who's echelon? It has to be named after a person.
Okay? So you should have this now. Does everybody have that now? So go ahead and get it. If you don't have it, make sure your neighbor shows you how to get it, okay? McKenna, is that your calculator, McKenna?
No, he's supposed to.
Or what, it's in your hand?
Yeah.
No.
McKenna, do we need to have up there next to Braden? Okay. Okay,
I wasn't distracted.
all right. So next we do is we press second matrix. And then what you do is you already have one, matrix 1 is already highlighted here, and you press enter. So what you've done is, and then the last thing you do is you put an outside parentheses like this.
Well, I don't have the A in the middle.
You know?
So do I need to put brackets A?
No. Good. Second matrix. Enter.
Oh shoot, I did it wrong.
Why'd you put it on the C, man?
So do I just hit enter now?
Yeah, then after you have this, you press enter. And this tells you, this gives you your answer.
How?
Okay?
Do you go on the last row?
Okay, what it is, it's x equals 0, y equals 0, and z equals 3.
So do you go by the last row? So all these are pretty much calculators, huh?
Yeah, they can be. You gotta know what you have to know what you're setting. Z equals 3.
I'm not very good at this.
Yeah, and what it is, if you say you're not very good at it, what it is, you haven't developed the muscle memory yet for it.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So it's getting the practice at it and so forth. We'll do that. But who was able to get this? So a few of you, Bresnet, Alicia,
I have
did
a
you get
question.
this?
What?
Yes, what's your question?
After second quit, we go back to.
Yeah, let me show you. Since Braden is asking about it, it's a good question. I'm gonna go ahead and second quit again. I'm gonna clear out here. Okay, second quit, we go to second, matrix, math.
Now.
And then from there, we go down to B. And you can actually press B if you want to. We get this, and then you press second matrix, enter, and you get your reduced row echelon, and that, then you press enter, and you get it. Okay? So you learn to do it, and it's like keystrokes, you get to it pretty, you got it right?
Yeah.
Good job, Brady. Okay, now who got it this time? Okay, so now more than half of you did? Okay, good.
Wait, Mr. G, can you tell me how to fix this? I'm trying to do it quick.
What's that?
Yeah, how to fix this right. Where do I click?
Okay, you gotta clear this out first. Matrix, which is
Yeah, I get it. And I already have the second one cleared in my head.
Now, watch this. Second. Press the wrong one. REF.
Whoa, what's happening over there?
So now REF, right? So press second. Bro. Well, that's not exactly the same.
Well, that was for number 2.
Oh, for number 2, okay, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is right, number 2. Okay?
So it'd be 1.33, 1.3 repeating.
Yeah, 1 and a third, 1 and a third.
And then it's negative 1 and a third.
Right, yeah.
Oh, so I think I got this. I got
Yeah.
this over this.
Okay, what I want you to do is, I want you to go down to, okay, solve using matrices, we already did that. Yeah, so 8, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and do number 8 using method of your choice, because we're trying to move on in class. So I want you to do this one right here, use your calculator using matrices for this one. So today we're gonna work on this. Tomorrow we're gonna work on some problems using matrices, and then starting on Wednesday we'll start doing some test review stuff, some preview for your final. Eight, yeah. Who's done 8 so far? Anyone? You're working on it?
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
I think so. No, that's not right. Shouldn't be it. Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Let me see where I messed up.
But you should get an actual answer for something here.
It shouldn't be like that.
No, it shouldn't be like that. That's
Oh, we don't use the same method?
use the same method, but you go ahead and write this out. It's an augmented matrix.
I got 2, -1, 3, 5, -6, 3,
he getting in there?
Oh, it's supposed to be -9.
Was he like the crack?
Alright. Second mode, second matrix. Graph.
So this thing right here, that's your reduced row echelon form. And when you get your answer in reduced row echelon form, you're gonna have 1, 1, 1,
There?
0, 0, 0, 0.
Well,
That
how-
illustration?
Then you'll have your answer in A, B, and C right here.
I saw him like riding his
Yeah, that one didn't work for me. I put everything in right.
And it didn't work?
No, I got 1, -5, 1.5, 2.5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Let me see it here. Really?
Yeah, I put it in the right way. Check it.
You shouldn't get, they wouldn't give you that. Oh, did you? What that would be a multiple solution thing. Let me check the book. I didn't want to give you one like that. It's going to be, I'll tell you what it is if it is. Yeah, what this is, you're right about, that one has infinitely many solutions. Yeah, so I don't like that. Is that the last one you have on there?
Yeah, so do I just put infinite solution?
Yeah, put infinite solutions. When you see
So if it
something like
doesn't
that,
pop up like 1, 0, 0,
Right,
0,
yeah.
1, 0, 0, 0,
infinite
1.
solutions. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to try number 9 here on the same manner.
Wait, why can't we try like number 6? Number
I'm trying to
7,
move
6,
you on
5,
to the
4, 3, 2, or 1.
Yeah, I'm trying to move you on to the next thing. I'm trying to get you through this by tomorrow, so you can start doing more test review stuff starting on Wednesday. That's all.
Oh, we're not smart.
Well, smart enough or not, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, do number 9.
Don't you have to get a 5 on that essay?
Do number 9.
Did you have to get a 5 for this?
The last days was bad.
Yes, I got a 4. I don't want to.
Yeah, dude. Which that we had to do the math in the essay again?
Okay, 9.
Yeah, I think the math is
There's another one in Jan.
I would have passed the math if you
No, you really wouldn't. You really wouldn't.
Okay, 9. So 9, you're going to have this.
All right, I got 2, -3, 1.
2, -3, 1. Okay, that's right.
It's 1, 0, 0, 2, 0, 1, 0, -3, 0, 0, 1, 1.
Hey.
So I think that's correct.
Yeah, go ahead. Austin, tell me again what that is.
1, 0, 0, 2. 0, 1, 0, -3. 0, 0, 1, 1.
So your answer is going to be x equals 2, y equals -3, z equals 1. Okay?
Oh, my bad.
Okay? Now, I'm gonna want you to come back eventually to 10, but not,
That was like 30 seconds on that question.
but not,
That was like.
I think it's a 5-second question.
yeah, so,
The build,
so that's gonna be,
the build is not the same.
Yes.
so this is it.
Y -3.
You should get that for your answer, okay?
This is pretty easy, Mr. D.
Yeah, once you get the hang of it, but I want to show you how to do other applications, so I want
We have 4 minutes.
okay? Now, I want you to come back to 10 tomorrow, but before that, I want to go to this one right here, the geometry, because there are going to be applications of these things. So we have ABC, angle of x is 8 times the sum of y and z. The measure of y is 3 times the measure of z. And finally, what's the third equation we can get out of this? How many degrees do we have in a triangle?
180.
180. So we have x plus y plus z is equal to 180. So you have to set up the equations equal something. So we can write the first one, 1, 1, 1, 180. What are your other, how do you make your other equations? X equals y plus z, how do we do that? If we have x equals y plus z, how do we need to do that?
Wait, kiddo, why do you wait so long to get gas?
How do we write that? X equals y plus z.
That's a little bit like half a tank.
Okay, you subtract y, subtract z, so we get x minus y minus z is equal to 0. So now we have x 1, negative 1, 0. And finally, what about this y equals 3z? How do we take y equals 3z?
Minus 3z.
Minus 3z. So we get 0x, 1y,
Why would you go get it this morning?
negative 3, and 0. So you write 0, 1, negative 3, 0. And when you plug this in, now this is a pretty easy problem to do without matrices, but I want to show you how you can do that in matrices. So we'll come back to this tomorrow.
I'll turn in my take-home test tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, okay, good.
I'll turn in my 100 tomorrow.
Good, do that. The idea is to get you to grade on it. Just an idea.
Yes?
I gotta go hard.
Anybody see the fly flying around in the classroom?
No. I saw it in my last period.
It's right here. See, I got it in my hand.
Where?
It's in my hand. I'm gonna open it. If I open it, it'll disappear. So I gotta take it outside.
Why don't you just put it?
Do you actually have a fly in your hand?
Yeah.
Well, kill